Today's episode on Reawakening, I want to talk about kicking the hornet's nest. What is this hornet's nest that I'm talking about? So, quite simply, when you go after sin, when you critique sin, or you go after going after their idols, you're going to be hated. Or you know, or if you confront somebody specifically, because I don't want to just talk about generic sin. Sometimes I want to go after your sin. If we're going to sit there, your specific sin, because I just think it's too legalistic to go after generic sin. If you never go after somebody's personal sin, yeah, it's great if you, what's it called? If you go after lying or whatever in general, what happens if that person doesn't struggle with lying? Or you go after stealing, or what happens if they've never stolen anything? And the thing is, when you go after sin, you're opening up Pandoras Box. Because it's filed away inside their head is Pandora's Box. Because people live in different compartments, and they try to put this thing in there, seal it away so they can live and move forward. So, Jesus stated, if you critique somebody on their sin, you're kicking Pandora's box. You're kicking Pandora's box. There's something that's never been addressed, never been dealt with. There's a lot of anger and there's a lot of pain in there, and they might come and kill you. And in certain countries, they do kill people. Why? It's because of the fact that, you're going after something that nobody else would even bother touching. So, John 7, the world cannot hate you, but it hates me because I testify that its works are evil. So, Jesus, that's why they hate Jesus but love Gandhi. People love Gandhi. People love Yogi Bishan, the people that know him that brought over yoga. So they love that guy because they all talk about peace and love and all this other crap. But they never ever will touch your sins and anything else. And yeah, they're usually pretty evil. Then you find out how bad they really were during their lives while they're still alive. So, but the thing is though, they hate Jesus because he testifies about their sin. Because their works are so evil. And here's the thing though, the reason why you kicking their sin, you kicking Pandora's box, is, what's it called, you're kicking the hornet's nest, is because that hornet's nest is rotting them from the inside out. They are spiritually decaying into nothing. Because it says right here, 1 John 2:17, and the world is passing away and the lust of it, but who does the will of God abides forever. So on top of that is, they're in pain because you're kicking Pandora's box, but there's also a jealousy because we will live forever in heaven. Being in hell, you're not alive. I mean, you do exist, you do feel the pain there, but that's not something I really want to call life. When it says it's spiritual death, it is you are dead as dead can be. You're in agony, you're burning, you're screaming. Nobody can hear you. Nobody can hear the screams next to you. It's brutal. And there's no getting used to it. Where some other people would say, well, yeah, you might get used to hell. No. If anybody knows extreme pain, you don't ever get used to extreme pain. So, and as a Christian, we're called to go after Pandora's box. We're there to kick the hornet's nest. If you're not kicking the hornet's nest, you're not doing the will of God. Because there's no conviction. And the thing is, after you kick Pandoras box, and they're like, you know what? I'm a mess. What do I do now? Well, come to Jesus and come boldly to the throne of grace and get grace from Jesus from your sins, because Jesus can save you from your sin. And to transition that, here's the deal. We've all sinned and fall short of the glory of God, and the wages of sin is death. I implore you right now, if you don't know Jesus, get to know Jesus right now. It doesn't matter what I look like, what I think, or anything else right now. If you don't know Jesus, you get to know Jesus. We've all sinned. We've all lied, cheated, stolen. We've committed adultery. We've all done all these things. We've upset Jesus Christ. And we separate ourselves from them. As we separate ourselves from the Father. Because you can't have a relationship with somebody's father if you beat their son. You think their father's going to be happy when you beat their son. How do you beat their son? Well, you sin, and all the people that are unsaved have flipped off his son and kicked him where it counts. It's a slap in his face. It's offensive. I mean, you've committed adultery, you've lied, you cheated, you've stolen, and I know what you're going to say is, I have a good heart. Well, let's measure what's inside that heart. So, if you woke up in the morning, how many households would you destroy? How many times would you sit there and you've committed adultery? How many times you just wake up and I want this woman, that woman, I want to sleep with her, or him. How many times have you done that? So, just by waking up, just by your fantasies are garbage, or how many people have been so angry you've wanted to kill people? How many people, but you just keep this list. So your heart sucks. Your deeds suck. Now let's go, you're going to say, that's not really sin. Oh, really? That adultery thing's okay. Yeah, not really buying that, because at the end of the day is, how come bars are dark? It's like, you're hiding your sins. Nobody commits adultery publicly. Because you notice, even the porn stars, they have stage names. They're surrounded and insulated with people that won't challenge them on their behavior. And a lot of them, they have stage names because they don't want to be known. Strippers, same way. They want to have their 9-to-5 normal life, and they do their business at night. But they just go there. So what does that tell you? That it is darkness running away from light. They don't want to be exposed. And these things, nobody lies publicly. What I mean publicly is they don't want to be labeled as a liar. They hide their lying. They hide their stealing. They don't want the world to know. Why don't they want to know? Well, they know it's wrong. That's the bad news. But the good news is, you come to the throne of grace. You call on Jesus, save you from your sin. You sell everything out. You go wager. You wager everything. You know what? I'm gonna go follow you, Jesus. I don't care. People are gonna look at me goofy. I don't care. I'm putting my entire life on you. I'm gonna go follow you today. I'm gonna call you to save me from my sins. He takes that chain off your throat, and you get to walk forward and march forward with him. And guys, if you say you know Jesus and you're not sharing his gospel of grace, you're probably going to be thrown in the lake of fire as well. Guys, I love you very much. Peace.